If I can turn now and change tack for a moment, James, looking at this latest proposal on tax reform from the Australia Institute today, I can't imagine that you would see eye to eye with many of their proposals, but I'll ask you about this one on negative gearing anyway. Well, it looks at capital gains and exemptions for family homes over $2 million. This targets those that can most afford it. Why not consider it?
Well, I think we either agree that homes are exempt from capital gains tax and the family home is sacrosanct and should be protected, or we don't. We don't have a halfway house that the Australia Institute is proposing, where they go after a particular group of people that the Australia Institute has an axe to grind with because their homes are worth over an arbitrary set limit. People should either be able to have the security of investing in their own home, knowing that they won't have to pay capital gains tax on it, or everybody should have to pay capital gains tax on their homes.
But what about when it comes to investment properties? Sorry to interrupt. Investment properties, people negatively gear up to 5, 6, 7 times in some very few cases. But are those rules that you think should be looked at?
Well, as a principle in Australian taxation law, we agree that if you make an investment and you're losing money on that investment, you shouldn't have to pay tax on it. So that's the same whether it's shares that you're negatively gearing or a property which you're negatively gearing. And I don't think there's a strong argument to make an arbitrary distinction between shares and property and say you can negatively gear shares, which no one has ever proposed to take away as far as I'm aware, but you can't negatively gear property. The gains to the taxation system, I suspect, will be much lower than what is speculated because people change their behaviour when the rules change. And we should have a consistent set of rules across the tax system that applies equally regardless of the asset class.
Well, we are waiting to see that proposal, of course, from the government, hopefully by around March it's been flagged. But just finally, James, can I ask you about the Senate race in your state of Victoria, this spot vacated by Michael Ronaldson. Now, Michael Kroger told us just last week on the program that pre-selection has been set down for, I think, the 6th of March. You're still in the running for that race. How do you see your chances at the moment?
Yes, Laura, I believe that's the case. The nominations did open today and should be on the 6th of March for the final decision. Because I am going to be a candidate, I am limited in what I can say about that. All I would say generally is that I'm looking forward to engaging in the process and speaking to many party members about the issues that are of concern to them and listening to them throughout the process. But ultimately, it'll be their decision to make who fills Michael Rawlinson's enormous boots.
James, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Laura.